What's up, YouTube? It's Bianca J, and I'm here today with a prophetic message from the Lord. And the title of today's video is called You're Bigger Than Elite, God's Tier. And so this morning I was actually driving to the dentist, to my dentist appointment, and alongside of me, on the right side of me, there was this white pickup truck. And so on the side of the pickup truck, on the door, it said Elite. And so he and I both arrived at the light. And so we sat there until the light turned green, but he ended up taking off before me. And so as he took off before me, he got ahead of me. And in the back of his pickup truck in bold letters, it said AAA, like triple A's. And so that really stood out to me too. So elite and then triple A's. And in that moment of me paying attention to those two things, a sun come on that says you're bigger, right? And then I get a notification on my calendar that says it's the golden hour. It's the golden hour. So I knew God wanted me to put all of those things together, that was something that God was drawn to my attention for the word today. And so I want to talk to you guys about the experience that I had at the dentist. So I get to the dentist. I'm actually like 5 minutes late. I'm not that late. But when I get in there, the inside of the lobby is packed, right? So it's nowhere for me to even sit down. There's so many people inside of here. And so I give her my name. She said, okay. She checked me in. She was very friendly, very polite, the receptionist. And so before I could sit down, they called my name. And so me thinking already, like, okay, there's a lot of people in here. It's going to be a wait. They called me first. Even after being 5 minutes late, I was the first name called to the back. And so when we get back there, the dentist is really friendly. His dental assistant was very friendly. We laughed, just a good experience. And so as I'm getting ready to leave, I had to ask her, was there any cancellations, because I need to get a cleaning done, right? And so she was like, well, we booked out for a few months. We're booked out for a few months. And so I was like, okay, well, that's okay. Just put me down for whatever you have. And so then she was like, no, I'm going to look and see if we had any cancellations, right? So immediately she looks and she says, oh, we have a cancellation for today. You can come at 12. And so I was like, oh, no, I can't make it at 12. I have another appointment at 12. And so then she was like, okay, well, how about you could come next week? And she gave me a date for like next Thursday or Friday, something like that. And so I was like, okay, perfect. She was like, I'm going to call these people. And she ended up calling those people right in that moment to make sure that they weren't coming so she can give me the date for next week. And so then she puts me down for the date for next week. So then she goes on and give me a car for next week's date. So before I can get down the hill from the hill I had to travel to get to where the dentist was, she was calling me back. And she said, you know what? I'm going to put you in for tomorrow at 9. I'm going to put you in for tomorrow at 9. Would you be able to make it? And I was like, yeah, I could make it tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9, I definitely could make it. But I know that was God's favor, right? Because I was 5, even though I was 5 minutes late getting into there, y'all. They called me first. The people that were there before me had all their paperwork filled out. They still called me first, right? And so then she went above and beyond, right? That's what I'm saying, the favor of God. She went above and beyond. Like, she called people to see if they was going to make their appointment so that she can get me in for my cleaning. Then she went a little bit further, and she called me back and said, you know what, I'm going to get you in tomorrow. So in that moment, the receptionist had went over and beyond to get me that appointment for tomorrow. And I was like, well, I felt like, like I was very important. And the whole point I was trying to get to, you guys, is that God is saying that you're bigger than elite. The situations that you are going to get through, like the type of favor that God has on your life, the type of favor God is blessing you with. Remember, I said the notification went off on my phone and it said golden hour at the moment where this truck was on the side of me that said elite, and then at the back of the truck it said AAA, and then the song began to play that says you're bigger. So all these things were going together, right? So those are just 3 signs right there. We all know that God does things in threes, right? And so all 3 of those signs were there, and God was letting me know in that moment, like, tell my people that they're favorable, like they're favorable, they're bigger than elite to me. Like, they have my favor, and because they have my favor, so many unexpected blessings is going to come to them. People are going to go out of their way to do things for you guys because you have the favor of God over you. And I was this morning, before I actually went out to head to my dentist appointment, I was in a long time with God, and when I got finished, I actually went to look at Exodus, and I was in chapter 7 through 11. And so God favored the Israelites too, as he was trying to get them get Pharaoh to let his people go, the Israelites, right? So as I was looking at that, I was just like, God treated the Israelites like they were the elite. Because the type of things that God had to the type of plagues that God put on Egypt just to get his people, God is saying, my people are bigger than elite. Here, the Pharaoh thinking that he's the elite, and he's in his palace and he's the elite, and he's going to keep the Israelites as slaves. God said, oh no, no longer will my people be slaves. Oh no, you're going to let my people go. You're going to free my people, regardless if you think that you're the elite or not. I'm here to tell you that my people are bigger than elite. They're bigger than elite. They're very special to me. They're my chosen people. And so because you guys are bigger than elite, you're going to get the victory. God is going to go over and beyond fighting for you, fighting your battles for you. It's not going to be anything that you face that the Lord is not going to fight and get you through. And because God favors you, it's going to be so many doors that is going to be open. Remember that notification went off on my phone and it said golden hour. So this is you guys' golden hour. And because it's your golden hour, you're going to have unexpected favor. You're going to have victory after victory after victory over whatever situation it is. And because God fights for you, no one can put up a fight against God and win. No one will be able to win those battles. God is going to get the victory. And because you are God's people, he gets the victory, you get the victory. So God is saying it is winning season. It is your time to stand out. And so as I want to go back to still reflect on me reading Exodus chapter 7 through 11. And so I was thinking about how God was letting it be known that the Israelites was his chosen people, that it was time for them to stand out. No longer would they be slaves. It was time for them to come out. It was time for them to stand out. It was time for everyone else to see who God had called the Israelites to be, right? His chosen people. No longer would they be slaves. He was pulling them out of that. It was time for them to stand out. And because Pharaoh didn't want to let the Israelites free, God caused 10 plagues to come on them, right? And so here Pharaoh thinking that he can come up against God. That's a no-no. He think he can come up against God and win this battle, right? So he think he can get magicians to perform all type of stuff that Moses and Aaron was coming to tell him that the Lord was saying that he was going to put these plagues on them. And so here go the Pharaoh trying to get his magicians to kind of do similar things like God. But God's like, get out of here. That's small stuff. I'm going to fight you with stuff that you couldn't even imagine to do. Your magicians can't even do a piece of what I can do. So go on with that little magic. because I am God, right? And so God used unusual things, right, to fight the Pharaoh, right? Like, you know, he turned the Nile into blood, right? The water turned into blood, the Nile. And then, you know, he fought the Pharaoh with the frogs. Like, who would think to fight someone with frogs, right? Then he put lice. He fought them with lice, right? Then he had his people, all the Egyptian people, broke out in bulls. So all the Egyptian people broke out in bulls, right? And so then the animals even broke out in bulls as well. God also used like big balls of hell to rain down and on Egypt. And so these big ball of hells harmed anyone who was outside, who was outside in the midst of the hailstorm, right? And so the people who were smart, you know, they took shelter and stayed in the house, but those who weren't, they were like injured real bad. They were hurt, even killed. And so my whole point of reflecting back on those chapters is that God will go over and beyond to fight for you. The people who are coming up against you, they're not even going to be able to see how God is coming to defend you, because God says that you're bigger than the elite. You're bigger than the elite. You're God's tier. And because you're God's tier, I will fight for you. Because you're God's tier, you will get victory. Because you're God's tier, you will get favor. Because you're God's tier, doors are opening that no man can shut. And because you're God's tier, doors are closing that no man can open. God is saying he favors you. And because you're God's tier, because you are his chosen people, because he favors you so much, that the victory is yours. You're bigger than elite. Remember, you're bigger than elite. So if elite is A, God said God tier is triple A. And he is calling you to stand out. It is your time to stand out. It is your time to walk forward. It is your golden hour. It is your hour to receive your inheritance. This is your time to receive your inheritance. So you guys get excited, because God is saying that you have unmatched favor because you're in God's tier. So you have unmatched favor. This favor that is on your life, these unexpected blessings, these unexpected miracles, this unexpected favor, God is saying that he already got the victory, and you have victory over every situation. This is your time to get your inheritance. This is your time where you're going to receive everything that God has for you. Because you've been faithful over, you know, a few things, God is going to bless you with many things. So get excited, you guys. And I just wanted to come here and bless you guys with this word today. And if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Please do so. Share it with someone who you think that it may be able to help. And until my next one, you guys, stay focused and stay blessed. Remember, you are in God's tier. You're better than elite. Bye.